Today's going to be a quick product review on this combination air compressor jump pack. It's rated for 4,000 amps. You can get these on Amazon. This is their highest end model, and well, JF EGWO, or however you say that, they sent me it to try out, so I figured I'd do a quick video. I did open this last night and fully charge it up. Sorry about the extreme sun, but that's what it looks like. And they do have 4 other models. I'll try and drop a link to these down below. So, popping it out of the package, a little tight in here, but comes with a nice carrying case. Here is just a quick view of it. This is your air compressor hose on the bottom, and well, let me show you the rest of what's in here and then we'll tear into that. The jumper cable leads are up top in the zipper pouch. They look like that. Seam of high quality. I do see that the copper wire goes to both of the alligator clamps in their surfaces, so that's great to see. And this is your wall charger, charging it up. And then this is the 12-volt charger, or you can also use this for the air compressor. So the air compressor in this, it can operate off of the lithium-ion battery in here, which this thing is not heavy at all. It's so light, it's crazy. But to operate the air compressor on that, you just put this on setting 1. And if you wanted to operate it off of your 12 volts in your car, you would put it on number 2 and have it plugged into the cigarette outlet. Or you can also charge it, charge the battery for this. Now, I don't know if you can see, you probably can't see it at all because of the frames per second right now, but this has 100%. And one thing I noticed looking through the manual on this is, flip to the right screen. You see, so 100% on the screen means 80 to 100%. 75 means 69 to 79. 50%, 40 to 59%. So I'm not sure why the screen doesn't just show the exact power, but that's okay, you know, not a big deal. It does come with a couple other accessories in here, like a brush, a hose extension for filling bicycle tires, or basically for clamping this on if you want to walk away, and also some other little adapters. We'll see if the air compressor can fill up my LT 285 7017 tire from a dead flat up to 80 PSI on the battery power. All right, that's flat. I'm gonna use the adapter so I can just clip it on here. And bear in mind that this air compressor has a rating of 5 minutes before you gotta let it cool down. You don't want to overheat this thing. I'm not sure if it has overheat protection. So to turn it on, you press this button once. Now, if you wanted to use these LED lights, you could actually, while it's doing that and it's loading up, you can actually hold, long press it, and has nice LED lights. And then if you cycle through, they actually have different settings like blinking and such. To turn those off, you just hold it. All right, right now it's 0 PSI and my target's at 40, so I can set my target up to 80 PSI. It should shut off if and when it reaches 80. Now let's let it go to town. I'm gonna set my timer for 5 minutes too. Here we go. Remember, this is on battery power. If you were normally doing this, you would plug it into your car battery. We're 3 minutes in and it looks like the tire has enough pressure to drive on. If I shut it off, yeah, we're at 11 PSI, 10.5. I'm gonna let it keep going. Of course, once you get at that pressure, I mean, I will be shocked if it can bring this large tire up to 80. I don't think it will. We're at 5 minutes, indicating 16.5, but when you shut it off, it goes down a little bit. We're at 15 PSI. Now, I'd say that's enough to drive this darn thing, and I guess it doesn't feel that hot. It's even sitting in the sun. I'm gonna let it keep going for another 5 minutes. We'll see if it overheats or what it does. The truth is I'd be shocked if this thing could ever bring this up to 80 PSI, especially a large volume tire like this. And keep in mind, after this has been running, you do not want to touch these brass connectors because they get extremely hot. You'll burn yourself real quick. All right, second 5 minutes is up. We're indicating 30 PSI on here. This thing is pretty darn hot. So it went for a straight 10 minutes and it didn't shut off or melt or overheat. It was still pumping. Keep in mind, so we're indicating 29, which is great. That means it can bring a SUV tire or truck tire up to 30 PSI within 10 minutes under its own battery power. Let's see, and the battery's indicating 75% now. And I'm noticing right here, do not jumpstart motors if charge is 25% or less. So keep that in mind. And you also have a 5-volt 1 amp and a 2.1 amp chargers here for charging your phone and such. Keep in mind I did have the valve core out too. Not that I think that this doesn't have enough flow where that would actually affect things. So I'm gonna pump this up the rest of the way, and then we'll go recharge this, let it cool down, and do some jump starting tomorrow. It's 90 degrees out today, so that was a pretty good test to see if it could actually go 10 minutes without overheating. All right, finally got a good opportunity today to test out the jump starting capability of this. My buddy just called me. He's got a Ford 7.3 liter, a Ford bus, big diesel engine, completely dead battery. So I'm gonna give him this to try out. But first he's gonna hook up this fully charged regular jump pack. And this thing's fully charged too, by the way. And then he'll try this. So we'll see how that works. And of course, if that don't work, I'll give him this charger too, so he can charge it up. Here's the trick. All right, well, you guys saw it. This little guy worked like a charm, and it blew my standard jump pack out of the water. So the first crank, you saw it was a little bit slow, and then he did 30-second intervals in between cranks, and on that last one, it was cranking real hard. So when I got it home here, it was down to 25% indicated, and it took about, I'd say, an hour and a half to get fully charged up. This little in, it'll be flashing as it's charging, and then it stays solid in when it's fully charged. So let's go see if this thing will jump with no battery at all. And since I don't have my diesel Ram here right now, we're gonna use my 2004 Tundra with a 3.4 liter. You can see I disconnected the negative, and I have the JF EGWO hooked up. All right, let me power this thing on, and we'll see if it can do it. Here goes nothing. Wow. Oh yeah, that thing, no problem at all. Unbelievable. That actually cranks way stronger than it ever has. So yeah, this would have no problem starting my Ram up. This is unbelievable. Yeah, this little jump pack, this lithium-ion battery, absolutely killer. Proof is in the pudding. You guys saw what it did with the 7.3. It started it up no problem. Air compressor works awesome. And I'm gonna basically end this review here because I'm gonna put my seal of approval on it. So big thumbs up. I'll make sure to drop a link to it down below on Amazon. They retail for, I believe, $200, which is pretty, that's up there. However, I was just looking today and they're actually on sale for $160, and then they have like a $31 coupon off of that too. So the guy who borrowed this off me for his 7.3 Ford, he actually went ahead and got one today, and I think it was like a $136 after tax. So not bad, great little unit, and that's it. That battery is fully disconnected, and this little thing packs a punch. So all right guys, hopefully I see you in another one. And yeah, this truck was actually flooded in the river not too long ago, so if you want to see that video, I'll try to plug a link to it here in the end. And yeah, see you next time. Sorry for all the rambling.